This is so pretty.
In this video, we head to country number 6 in our full-time travel journey. We head to beautiful Bulgaria where we climb Vihren Peak in Pirin National Park. To give you a recap of the last couple weeks that we didn't film, we took a train from Milan, Italy to Germany to see our friends, and after that we hopped aboard a business class flight for the first time on Singapore Airlines.
In Singapore Airlines business class.
We flew Singapore Air from Frankfurt, Germany to New York with 60,000 Air Canada Aeroplan points and $89 in fees per ticket. We had a great experience, and if you want to learn more about how we use credit card points and miles, sign up for our newsletter at helenandtimtravel.com. We flew into New York to attend Camp Indie, an adult summer camp for travel lovers, entrepreneurs, and location-independent enthusiasts. We even gave our first points and miles talk and enjoyed catching up with old and new friends. After Camp Indie, we flew 4,772 miles from JFK Airport back to Europe, Sofia, Bulgaria specifically. We were quite exhausted by the 6-day turnaround after landing in the US, and the only way this could have happened was with credit card points and miles. Bulgaria is located between Greece and Romania. This was the only time we'd be back in the States this year, so we were glad to have made the trip, but we were excited to get back to Europe.
This place is cute. You're in a good mood.
Our first Bulgarian feast.
We are about to head to Bansko on a bus. It's about a 2.5-hour ride, and then we will be in the mountains again. Yay! The bus from Sofia to Bansko took about 3 hours and was $12 USD per person per ticket.
We finally made it to our apartment in Bansko. Natural light. We're paying about $700 USD for our 2 weeks here. That comes out to about around 50-ish bucks a night. Could have gone a little cheaper if we did a monthly rental, but it's fine. Got a full kitchen, little burner. Got a great view out here. Hear the stream out in the distance. That's what's part of the town. Looks like we'll have some neighbors at some point. It's got plenty of storage. Nice bathroom. Oh, look, it actually has a shower, which I was fully expecting a wet, dry shower. Very updated. Pretty nice. Sitting area. Favorite part of these big windows out into the mountains. Chef Tim in the kitchen. So nice to have a place of our own to cook.
Yeah, it is.
Making some quick lasagna tonight. This is our Bansko neighborhood horse. Walking back to our place. Look at those beautiful mountains. The real life hedgehog. Tim's ordering coffee from a machine right outside of our apartment. That's so strange.
It smells good.
It's actually really nice
Got
looking.
this little stir spoon in here. It's super hot though.
Is it actually good? Wow, I'm gonna have to try one tomorrow.
So why travel to Bulgaria? This place wasn't on our radar until we found out about Bansko Nomad Fest, and for 7 days, over 700 nomads, remote workers, freelancers gathered in a beautiful mountain town to learn, attend workshops, build community, and be more mindful with one another. We enjoyed the in-conference events, the YouTube meetups we attended, and social activities throughout the week. And truthfully, nomad life can get lonely, so we enjoyed the community building aspect. What we loved the most about Bansko was the historic old town. We highly recommend a walking tour with Bansko free tour. We will drop helpful trip planning links below. We enjoyed the traditional Bulgarian meals, all very affordable, but make sure to look for the signs with pots outside the restaurants, which means they utilize a traditional cooking method. And they serve kavarma, a Bulgarian dish that is prepared in traditional clay pots with fresh vegetables and meat. We grew to really love Bansko, and also the Bansko street dogs and the Sunday markets.
Yeah, he's going half kilo.
That's crazy.
Good.
Man, these chanterelles are very affordable. 10 lev for 2 kilos. Pretty the sunrises. Seeing the peaks from right outside the steps of our apartment. Good morning. We are going to be climbing Vihren Peak. Hopefully I'm saying that right. We are staying in Bansko, Bulgaria. So Vihren Peak is the second tallest peak in Bulgaria. It's about 9,500 feet in elevation.
It's about 5 miles, and we should be doing about 3,000 feet of vertical gain.
We rented a car
took a bumpy road for about 35 minutes, and now we are starting at the Vihren Hut.
Pirin National Park is one of 3 national parks in Bulgaria. The others include Vihren National Park and Central Balkan National Park. And Bulgaria has over 11 nature parks and 55 nature reserves, so you can imagine why we loved visiting this country because of all the nature activities.
We started our hike about 6:15. Didn't see many people on the trailhead. It is July 4th here on a weekday. If you get here before 8 and you're renting a vehicle, you definitely can get a parking spot. But there is a shuttle that comes out of Bansko that's about 10 leva. So there is a schedule. We'll post it in the description below. And you have an option to take the shuttle. There's a gondola, but you'll have to hike up a little bit more way. So we definitely recommend the shuttle that leaves from town in Bansko.
July to September are the most ideal months for hiking. One of the many things we love about Bansko are the mineral hot springs you can soak and hang out in after a long hike.
Car rental costed us about $50 euro, including insurance, for 24 hours. So we picked it up around 5:30 and are returning it again at 5:30. Supposedly this trail is supposed to only take us about 7 hours round trip, hopefully to do that quicker, but we're joined by our friend Gerald today, and that's fun to be able to share a mountain summit with a friend. Really convenient to be able to rent a car instead of, wait for the shuttle, because the first shuttle does only run at 8:40, and we wanted to start our mountain summit much earlier than that. We've noticed that there have been a lot of storms picking up in the afternoon in this area, so it's always good to get in your hike before noon, especially in the Bansko area.
So this area is known for mountain goats, and we just saw our first one up here in the meadow.
Bansko is a popular ski town in the winter, and it's known for its hiking in Pirin National Park during the summertime.
Found a bell.
Bansko is a town in southwest Bulgaria sitting at 3,035 feet or 925 meters in the foothills of the Pirin Mountains, and the highest point is Vihren Peak at 9,560 feet or 2,914 meters. Vihren Peak is the second highest peak in Bulgaria and the third highest peak in the Balkans after Masala and Mount Olympus. Pirin National Park was originally named Vihren National Park and encompasses a larger part of the Pirin Mountains in southwest Bulgaria. It spans across 155 miles or 403 square kilometers.
Wow, this is gorgeous. 360 alpinist views, morning glow. So we have made it up to the ridgeline. It took us just under 2 hours and likely around 1,500 feet of elevation gain. You can see all the jagged peaks around here. It's definitely, it's July 4th, so pretty much melted out. Imagine if you come more mid-June, you're gonna get a little bit more snow, but if you're coming in July, definitely have some good opportunities for an easier mountain summit. Today we're hiking with Gerald, and he's been in Bansko for how many weeks now?
A little over 2 weeks now.
Nice. Well, what's your overall thoughts on Bansko and just the mountains in this area?
Well, I enjoyed Bansko. This is actually my second year here. I came last year as well, and decided I needed to stay a little longer, so a month this time. And yeah, the mountains are amazing. Thanks for getting me up here.
Yeah, we're excited to have some company. Says, do not enter the alpine lakes. It doesn't say no camping though. Keep dogs on leash, at least they allow dogs. Good. You can fish. Here we go. Camera on camera. So we reached the section of the base of the mountain. About to switch back up the route. Looks pretty straightforward. Hopefully we don't have to do too much scrambling because really not in the mood for that today. There's one other person on top of the summit, so we are one of 3 people up here on a weekday in July. trying to find our way. Just normally across. Hard to stay on trail. A couple of trail runners in the distance, more power to them. Running up and down this rocky terrain. Looks like we're getting close to the peak. So this is our officially first mountain summit in Bulgaria. Vihren Peak is apparently the third largest peak in all the Balkans. It's a hard word to say. This coming week, we're going to be heading to Vihren National Park, just north of here, doing a 7 lakes, or like a lakes loop of some kind. I think 7 lakes is thinking about the Olympics, but definitely check it out. It's supposed to be really pretty.
We made it to the summit of Vihren Peak.
Mount Vihren is 2,914 meters or 9,560 feet.
Took us just about, what time we start? 6:30? 2.5 hours to get up to the peak. So not too bad, right?
Yeah, and it was just over 2 miles from the Vihren Hut below. No, but there's some amazing views from the peak up here. Luckily, the clouds have held off, so beautiful morning.
Yeah, a lot of granite and just really beautiful panoramic views of all the Pirin Mountains and Pirin National Park.
Yeah, it's gorgeous up here.
Not sure what the sign says. Oh, it's it looks like somebody, like they skied and paraglided down, passed away on this peak. It says 1982 to 2014. That's really sad. And it has like a skier with a parachute like on its back.
Oh, wow.
The clouds are about to envelop it, but we hiked out to that lake a few days ago, and it's really cool to see it from this vantage point because we were seeing hikers at the very top when we were standing down at the lake. But oops, didn't catch it. Now the clouds have blown over. We're gonna hang out here for a little bit, chill out to see if we can get a clearing so we can see down in the valley.
So if you're ever hiking up near tall mountains, you might find these shelters here that people have built up. They're rock shelters that protect you from the wind. You can put your tent here. You can sleep here in an emergency situation. You know, if you had to put a sleeping bag or like an emergency bivvy or something here, just to protect you from the weather. So if you ever see these, that's what they're meant for.
I found a jumbo bag of Haribo Star Mix. They're rather expensive. I was also able to find the birthday mix too, because apparently they turn 100.
Well, from the summit back down to the ridge line here where the trailhead sign is, took us about 45 minutes, so not too bad. So we had to do a little route finding back there. The trail that's on the map is definitely more of like a goat trail. You know, it's not nearly as frequently trafficked by others. So we luckily were able to find a bunch of cairns along the way that kind of helped guide us. We had some big kind of rock slides that we had to traverse through, but all in all, this is a lot of fun. I mean, it's a beautiful trail. We got the lake behind us here, gorgeous valley, and luckily the clouds haven't come up on us yet, so we're hoping they hold off. We're about a mile or so from the lodge, back of the lodge, but these lakes are absolutely beautiful. I mean, look at the
emerald.
Clear, the emerald.
If it was
better.
Blue skies, you probably could see the blueness a little bit more, but oh, this camera's too heavy.
The lens is too heavy.
Shaking.
It's been difficult. A lot of route finding along the way. It's not a clearly marked trail.
And it's not super defined, so there's a lot of scrambling involved. So if you aren't going out and back, then you're gonna
stick to the main trails.
Oh my goodness. Hi, buddy.
So as we're walking through the last bit of this trail, this valley is just absolutely stunning with the stream running through the valley. And I don't know, it's just very lush right now because now that the snow has melted out, the greenery and the flowers and the blooms have all come out, and It's just a very beautiful place here in Bansko Bulgaria.
So we just finished the hike. We are right above the lodge here where we started. It took, it was about 5.65 miles round trip because we went up to the peak and then we went down kind of the ridgeline along the back and looped around through the valley. Just wanted to get some better views. We did about 3,100 feet of ascent total. 4 hours and 45 minutes.
A moving time though.
Oh, moving time. Yeah, that's a good time. It took us about 6 hours because we took a lunch break at the summit.
I would rate this hike, I would say about an 8.5 out of 10. It really gave you a lot of different variation. You got the alpine environment. We saw a lot of mountain goats, which is really cool because I just love watching them run up and down the mountain. Just the alpine lakes in general, it really reminds us back home of the Pacific Northwest. And I am honestly blown away by Bulgaria's mountains. I wasn't expecting the alpine environment to be this nice and bearing. So I would highly recommend it if you're in Sofia, you know, making the 2-hour trip out to Bansko just to get some mountains. I know there's, you know, the tallest peak north near that city as well. If you really want to spend some time in the mountain town, you'll definitely have to check this place out.
So we're just getting back to the Vihren Lodge right now. We sent Gerald ahead so that he could grab us a table, get some beers ordered. So we are really looking forward to it.
Nice job.
Nice job.
Now we eat.
Now we eat. Thank you. Cheers.
Thanks so much for watching our video today, hiking in Bansko in the Pirin Mountains, Pirin National Park. Make sure to hit that like button if you enjoy watching this video. It also supports our channel. Subscribe to our channel and hope you follow our continuing adventures as we travel full time to see the world one mountain at a time. Ciao!